Our greatest danger is that in the great leap from slavery to freedom, we may overlook the fact that the masses of us are to live by the productions of our hands, and fail to keep in mind that we shall prosper in proportion as we learn to dignify and glorify common labor and put brains and skill into the common occupations of life. Shall prosper in proportion as we learn to draw the lines between the superficial and the substantial, the ornamental of life and the useful. No race, and it is still instructive today, and I may add, Mr. Speaker, no race, no people, no nation can prosper till it learns that there is as much dignity in tilling a field as in writing a poem. It is at the bottom of life we must begin, and not at the top. Nor should we permit our grievances to overshadow our opportunities. This is a man writing in that period, a man who went through slavery, was free, and realized that at the end of the day, if we do not work, we cannot build a sustainable society or a sustainable economy. Mr. Speaker, yesterday, I had the opportunity to sit and to listen quite carefully to the presentation delivered by the member for East Kingston and leader of the opposition. And Mr. Speaker, I am one, when I listen, I don't like to listen, but it is my training that as you listen, you ought to take copious notes. And as a man holding a very high position in this land, I have the utmost respect when he speaks to take notes. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Leader of the Opposition described the Honorable Prime Minister's address as one, a repeat of empty phrases and taglines year after year. He noted that the length of the presentation had an inverse relationship to the value, its content. It was anecdotal, meaning it was unreliable, based on a woman. That is the dictionary meaning. He also noted we are not in the state of Greece. This is word for word. But we are heading there. The crisis. The Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Speaker, spoke for approximately 4 hours. But he did not once in his address, Mr. Speaker, and I want the persons listening, not only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not only the persons in Parkhill and Barra and Diamonds and Chapmans and Greggs, but I want the students in university who are following this debate to hear this. And I want those in the diaspora, in London, in New York, in Boston, to hear this. The leader of the opposition in his 4-hour address did not one time mention the Argyle International Airport. Mr. Speaker, every time I heard the leader of the opposition mentioning the word international, it was in my mind that the next thing he was going to say was airport. But for those of us who went to primary schools in the rural districts will know, one thing school children are scared of is something, and I pronounce it in common parlance, is stinging nettle. The man running, the Honorable Leader of the Opposition is running from this subject like how school children run from stinging nettle. He spoke for 4 hours and not once did he mention the international airport. But he spoke a minute, almost a minute about Kentucky Fried Chicken and issues touching and concerning eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. And over 2 minutes he spent, Mr. Speaker, in a very unfortunate way. And I must say it was one of the saddest and darkest moments in this parliament, when the leader of the opposition sought to delve into facts, as he claimed, because he was purporting them, which will soon become the issue in a criminal matter, which will be before the court. And it was very sad to see that next to him, my learned friend and attorney was sitting and didn't even give him the knee. Because I could understand late in your address, you're getting a bit tired, so you're going off on some tangents. But I just hope, Mr. Speaker, that the defense attorneys in that matter, which will come, do not choose to go down the route of pretrial publicity, because this parliament is not the place for a discussion like that. And I forgive the honorable leader of the opposition for engaging in a discourse that he should not have done. But whilst I forgive, and whilst the members on this side may forgive, John Public, it is already out there. The woman pushing the cart from up at City Grave going down to Tokyo, listening to her radio, she already heard you purport certain things as if they were facts. And that is always disappointing. But Mr. Speaker, the impact of the Argyle International Airport and the possibilities and the potential and the opportunities that it can open for this country, they were to be addressed by a man, an honorable member of this House, who seeks the office of Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the possibilities that this international airport is going to have on tourism, it is overwhelming. And it escapes me, Mr. Speaker, and I have to talk about it again. It escapes me how someone can have a discussion claiming, because the leader of the opposition outlined his CV as an economist, and I respect that. But how can you, in a way seeking to find solutions and to turn around this economy, this small, vulnerable economy, in times that are desperate, when everyone is seeking for solutions and answers, and you do not mention a project that has gone so far and is going to open many doors for the people of this country? Mr. Speaker, it's not only in tourism. It's not only with an international airport will we be able to bring more persons to the Niagara Beach, but we will also be able to take more agricultural produce, because some persons are still of the conceptualization, the misconceptualization, that is only people travel on planes. But the American, there is cargo. And I want the farmers in the rural districts of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to appreciate the fact that the international airport is not only coming for tourism, but it is also coming for agriculture, and it is also coming for industry. Miss Douglas Taco Sauce in Diamond, my own name is Douglas. Hot pepper sauce will be able to be shipped from the Argyle International Airport to the streets of New York and to the streets of London. Mr. Speaker, I speak to foreign direct investors on a regular basis. And the very first thing that they ask me when they come to invest in tourism in this country, when will the international airport be completed. They start with that and they end with that. How can this escape the honorable leader of the opposition? But he spent 3/4 of his time on the IMF. I am not saying there's anything wrong with spending time on the IMF, you know. But there are solutions right before our eyes that we are not taking into consideration, and we are keeping our focus on documents prepared for us, when the solutions are in our backyards. Mr. Speaker, the international press, they also are speaking about the completion of the international airport. The young people throughout Cincinnati and the Grenadines, when they travel, every time they come home, whenever they have a journey where they experience a lot of hassle, they speak about the airport. The taximen, Mr. Speaker, the taximen listening to me, whether up at the cruise ship berth or at the airport or in Heritage Square, they want the international airport. And they are already seeking to secure monies to purchase more taxis to put in the fleet that will be established out there. And you want to tell me that something has been sweeping through this land as important as this, with so much potential financially and socially for people, and the leader of the opposition spoke for forward. And he did not once. And if he didn't once, he can't twice. He never mentioned anything about the airport. Mr. Speaker, I had an experience. And I'm a humble man. So I'm not scared to share my experiences. I had an experience about a week and a half ago, coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, leaving Miami about 7 o'clock or thereabout, getting into Barbados after the last Lear flight would have left. And I'm a man of humble means. Everybody know that. Very, very humble means. Coming out of the airport, all the persons from Barbados, their families came for them. I was there. I was there. Another lady, I went across to her because she had four children there with her. I asked her where she was from. She said she was from Dominica. So, at the airport 11 o'clock in the night, I asked her, where are you going to stay? She said, well, they usually send food every year, but it's in the airport. And I watched the concrete. When I feel the breeze, I said, never. I asked the taxi man to take me to a very humble place. But like he took what I said to a very logical conclusion. He took me to a guest house. There's no front desk. He just speak that somebody came out with a copybook. They write down your name. They tell it, go down so and turn so. It's like they're telling you to a boot camp. I didn't sleep the night. You know the joke about it is that he asked me what is my occupation. I said, I'll tell you first thing next morning. As I didn't want him to know exactly what I was doing. The next morning, Mr. Speaker, and this is not said in jest. This is not a joke. This is a serious thing that Vincentians have to go through on a daily basis. And how can we say that we love people and that we love our country and that we want to build our country and not take these matters into consideration in this honorable house? Men could boast and say the economy is somehow to eternity, and if they love people, they can't leave the country. I'm not calling names. Mr. Speaker, when I turned up at the airport in the morning, when I came out because I was coming over on the first flight because I wanted to be in work very early, you know what I saw? The Dominican lady and her children, they used their suitcases for pillows and they slept right there in the airport. And not at the top. Nor should we permit or breathe quite carefully. In the presentation, I am one when I listen to much. And as a man holding a very high position, described the Honorable Prime Minister's address and taglines year after year. And had an inverse relationship with his value based on a woman. That is the dictionary meaning. This is word for word. But we are heading there. I want the person listening, not only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Mr. Speaker, every time I heard the leader of the primary schools in the rural districts will know, he spoke a minute, almost a minute about Kentucky Fried Chicken, and over 2 minutes, and I must say it was one of the saddest and darkest moments in the two facts. As he claimed, and it was very sad to see this for a discussion like that. And I forgive, it is already out there. The woman from Tokyo, listening to her radio, she already heard you support certain for this country. The word, Mr. Speaker, when you look at it, it is overwhelming. And it just came as an economist, and I respect that. And you do not mention a project that has gone so far. It's not only with it. And I want the farmers in the rural districts of St. Vincent, but it is also coming for agriculture, and it is also coming for industry. My own enemy is the need to foreign direct investors on any when they come to invest in tourism in this country. So, speaking about the completion of the international, some home whenever they have a journey financially and socially for people, and the leader of the opposition spoke up. And if he didn't want, he can't twice. Coming out of the airport, all the persons from I was there every year, but we the airport. When I feel it go down so and turn so, it's like they're telling you to a Buddha and ask me what is my occupation. I said, can we say that we love people and that we love our country and that we want to work very early? You know what I saw? The children, Dominic, they use their suitcases for pillows. And not at the top. Nor should we permit or breathe quite carefully. In the presentation, I am one when I listen to much. And as a man holding a very high position, described the Honorable Prime Minister's address and taglines year after year. And had an inverse relationship with his value based on a woman. That is the dictionary meaning. This is word for word. But we are heading there. I want the persons listening, not only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Mr. Speaker, every time I heard the leader of the primary schools in the rural districts will know, he spoke a minute, almost a minute about, and over 2 minutes, he spent, and I must say it was one of the saddest and darkest moments in the two facts. As he claimed, and it was very sad to see this for a discussion like that. And I forgive, it is already out there. The woman from Tokyo, listening to her radio, she already heard open for this country the word to be addressed. Mr. Speaker, it is overwhelming. And it escapes as an economist, and I respect that. And you do not mention a project that has gone so far. It's not only in tourism. It's not only with an international airport. I want the farmers in the rural districts of St. Vincent, but it is also coming for agriculture, and it is also coming diamonds. My own name. It does need to foreign direct investors on a regular basis when they come to invest in tourism in this country. So, speaking about the completion of the international, some home whenever they have a journey financially and socially for people, and the leader of the opposition spoke up. And he didn't want, he can't twice. Coming out of the airport, I was there every year, but in the airport, when I feel the go down so and turn so, it's like they're telling me to move and ask me what is my occupation. I said, can we say that we love people and that we love our country and that we want to work? Very early. You know what I saw? The children, they use their suitcases for pillows.